We got a Cat D6, not correct on the horizontal and vertical as far as the sensor reading. Something about them removing the sensor and putting the sensor back on. I'm wondering if they dismounted it or broke it and then had to re-weld it. And that's an original position. Looks like they broke that, just had to re-weld it. Yeah, I remember this one had a cracked cover, so they welded it, but it's showing off on its north and east. So we'll tie it in, probably nothing more than just a little bit of calibration, movement, adjustment, stuff like that. And we'll check it with the rover and take a peek. Single GPS, make sure you move it around before you actually go. Alright, so they're reporting the machine is off on its north and east. And before we do anything, we want to make sure, I got this bubble level, just make sure that the bubble is actually true. And you can see the pole is bent. See that? And it's not true. Do you see the bubble on there? So this is not true. I'm gonna level this up real quick, and then we'll take and adjust that bubble for them. They need a new pole. Oh, that's a little better. Good this way. You see how far off that bubble is? So now we can take a shot. We are connected. Let's go ahead and just take a shot real quick, and we'll come back and fix their bubble for them. I just want to see what this corner's reading. Alright, let's just take and photocopy that. Take it up in the machine and see what it says. Might be just a matter of measurements came out of whack or something. The pole's not bent, but you just never know what's going on. Somebody fidgeted with the numbers or whatnot. Alright, so we're on the right side of the blade. Alright, let's measure that up. Let's just see what we got here. What the machine is telling us compared to the rover. Alright, so right now we're 7/100ths high on the blade. And almost a foot difference on east. And almost a foot on north. So with that, I'll just take and remeasure where that antenna is. The antenna is giving you your northeast elevation, okay? So wherever that is, that's where these numbers come from, your northeast elevation, based off of that right point that we just shot. So right now it's saying it's wherever north is. If I line this up north, I'd be able to tell exactly if it's going that way or whatever. But we'll remeasure this. What it looks like, the pole probably just a little bent or whatnot, but it looks like they flipped their cutting edge as well, and who knows how much wear that actually had on it. I mean, that's a good, if this was brand new, that would be out here probably, you know, that's a good 5-6 inches or so, and then whatever play you find within the rest of the system. So we'll just remeasure real quick. Alright, to measure up this MC square system, you're just basically getting the elevation of that pole down to the cutting edge. From the right corner over, how far over is it? Not only that, but from the right corner edge, how far inside is it? So 3 quick measurements right here, and we should get it. We'll go and check the system with the measurements and see what it says. So I basically just took a level and just marked all the way down a straight line. There's a mark, there's a mark, there's a mark, there's a mark, all the way down. And now that's where the antenna is, straight above that, okay? Kinda, if you look at it from the side like this, I guess you can figure that out as well. So we'll measure over. Alright, don't forget to come down from the side. Come down nice and level. And I've already made my marks. There's one. Going straight up. All we gotta do is go off that cutting edge. Go off that cutting edge. Measure over that point right there. Alright, so we got our measurements, okay? We got 4.97 over. And going up to the antenna, 10.50. The blade width is 10.41. And the inside measurement, or behind measurement, is 0.315. Let's go see what the system says. Now, it's not going to be the sensor. The sensor is only, this sensor is only basically figuring out slope and cross slope. That's it. That's all that one's doing. GPS antenna is going to control your elevation and your north and east as far as that reference point of both ends of the blade. That's why these measurements are so important. It has to know how wide the blade is in order for it to know where the left side is. It has to know how high it is, where it's at, everything it has to know. So we can get out of there. Let's go into the machine setup, machine file. We'll edit it, middle of blade. And let's just check these out real quick. Alright, so number 1, that's your height from the bottom edge of the blade up to the antenna. I got 10.50. They got 10.43. So that's a difference. Now the inside, number 2, that's going from right end of the blade over to where the pole is. I got 4.97. They got 5.21. That's a lot. In the behind, they have 0. Number 3. And I got 0.315. So that'll definitely throw you off 3/10 automatically. And the width of the blade has changed. I know they flipped that cutting edge. You have to come in here and change this information. You have to remeasure because the blade is going to change. I got 10.41. And that's it. That's all there is as far as measurements with this thing. Now we'll check the blade slope and all that. We'll check all this, make sure it's correct. Slope gain, blade slope. We don't have to. We'll check his slope gain. That's 20. We'll see. We'll check the automatics and make sure. But we'll make sure his blade is at 0 and all that stuff. But right now we are interested in. I haven't moved the blade. We're interested in a position check on this right side. Now we can adjust from here if we need to. Easy as can be. So let's see if we got any closer. So we're still a foot out on north. And we're still a foot out on east. And our elevation has changed considerably. So we're only off 1/10 in 800s basically on elevation. But we still need to figure out north and east. Let's go in here and just double check something. Now it's not enough to, alright. Let's move this around a little bit. Let's get that GPS to recalculate its position. Alright, so let's go in. I shot the left side. Let's go in and shoot the left side now and see what that's doing. This will tell us if our blade is kind of funky without even using a level. Let's see, what are we at? 302.43, 3/10 high on the machine. 84, 44, 22, 76. North is better, east is out a little bit. Alright, so this tells me we need to check our blade. Alright, so set the blade slope at 0.0 and physically go out and check. Yeah, that needs new leg. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably off a little bit. I got it. Let's take a peek here, see where we're at. Positive 2.9. All right. Positive 2.9 out. So if we bring the blade back and actually bring it to a negative 2.9-ish, should be close to 0. And go out and recheck. And there you have it, 0.0. We'll set that into the system. That looks good across the machine. Turn that off so I don't kill my battery. Alright, we will call this, that's 2.9 degrees off. That's a lot. We'll call this 0. Set. Okay. Now we will double check our measurements. And that will throw your antenna off north and east. Guarantee that. Alright, let's go check, take another measurement and check it. Alright, I got our new left shot. Let's go in here and take a new shot from the machine. Whoops, I'm in the wrong stuff, aren't I? Oh my goodness. Getting way ahead of myself. Blade left, measure. See how close we are now. Alright, so we are almost 2/10 off elevation. Oh, look at that. North and east look so much better. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so now all we have to do is adjust the elevation. So we need to match 37 and we're at 50. So we can do that, no problem. We'll put it back at the original height that I measured it at. Take another shot. And man, how close did that get? Whew, that's pretty close. We'll bump it up just a touch more. We'll go 10.54 and see what happens. Measure. We need to get 302.37. 302.37. Bam. Let's go check the right side. Alright, we got our new right blade shot. 302.08. Let's see if that matches. Right side of the blade, measure. Oh my goodness, look at that. Woo! North is good, east is good. It's a beautiful thing. Done. Now, I want to check the valve offsets and everything while I'm here. Just to make sure. Alright, let's just check everything else out here. Throw some RPMs at it. That's good. I'm not sure which one says auto button. There we go. That says autos. Alright, so let's do this first. Let's raise it up a little bit. Right about there. Let's get this thing at 0. Alright, we're at 0. Blade is at elevation 0. Well, horizontal. Let's match. Alright, that's good. Let's go into our valve offsets. Let's just double check those real quick. Get some RPMs going. Should come up nice and level. That doesn't look too bad. 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 Alright, now the next best thing, throw it in auto and watch it correct. It should adjust. Throw some RPMs at it. Hunting a little bit. We could probably raise that up a hair. Too much. That looks better. Now we'll go into his raise. That's his lower. We can raise that. Let's jump this up to 30, and we'll jump that up to 25. That looks pretty good. That looks good right there. Alright, this machine is done. You can go back to work. I changed his gains a little bit, so I'm just having him test it out, make sure he's happy with it. It's correcting. And that looks good to me. It created a nice surface. It's staying on that surface. So that looks good to me. But it's not up to me. It's up to that operator right there. He's got to feel comfortable and happy with it. And that's what we're out here for. Make sure they're 100% with their machines before we leave.